Right then, Rory, going to talk about Chelsea and what the hell's going on over there. It's all kicking off, civil war, everything. But we're going to do keep or sell with your squad right now and what Enzo Maresca has to do this summer. First off, how are you feeling about Chelsea so far, or are you feeling anything?
About as flat as I think I've ever felt on the build-up to the season. There's a wonderful period in my life, and I think most football fans, all football fans in fact, will probably empathise with this. There's a wonderful point in the year which is around about now, mid-July, very early August, when dreaming becomes reality. Anything can happen. There's a lovely, lovely moment where you basically go, we are going to win the league. And nobody can tell me that we're not, because nobody's seen us play yet. And I'm allowed to imagine this wonderful team that we're going to be. And I think it's such a luxury as a football fan, this very particular period that lasts about 2 weeks. We've been robbed of that. I should now be just dreaming that we're going to surprise you all. I should be like thinking there's an angle where we're going to surprise you all and we are going to win the league. We're actually going to pull it out. Have you got it? Yeah.
I've got it.
Yeah, I think you can. Whether it's legitimate or not, it's a dream, isn't it? It's a dream. And I think we're conditioned as football fans to see the year run from sort of August to May rather than January to December. So the period that we're in at the moment is that beautiful period, which for normal people comes between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, if we beat Arsenal in Los Angeles or Liverpool in South Carolina.
You go into that?
Yeah.
Arsenal in LA.
We're winning the league.
Arsenal in LA.
Yeah. Liverpool in South Carolina.
In the stadium, in the
one in Inglewood.
SoFi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I went to the Super. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's go into that. So if we beat them,
it's no Loftus Road or Cottage, but it's good for an American ground.
Yeah. John, how do you feel? Obviously, Chelsea are rivals of Fulham.
Yeah. No, they're not. Well, we are. No, we're not. I like them. It's like my little brother. Not rivals. What do you mean rivals? He's the only Fulham fan I know.
Took 4 points.
I hate Fulham. I don't like him. Mate, he's the only Fulham fan I know and I love him.
That's a lie. How do I feel about Chelsea or Fulham?
Yeah, what do you think of... Well, you can tell me how you feel about Fulham if you want, but the question's about Chelsea.
He's just going to butt in when no one cares. Fulham's interesting. Marco Silva's a great manager, so I think we'll be okay. But Chelsea is just a mess, and it's glorious to watch from the outside. Like, as a Fulham fan, looking up at them, I love it. I love seeing it. I think it's a mess. And
do you think that continues this season?
Yeah, I think
it continues while Todd Bowley and Egbali and Bluco are involved with the club.
I think you've got a good manager there. I think he's going to play a style of football that suits you more than if he'd stayed at Leicester when they come up. I think that they would have struggled. It would have been a company-type Burnley season for them where they play this one style of football. So if he can get the players on side, you've got the talent and the attacking players, Cole Palmer, everyone there to play this like 4-3-3 attack
Mate,
football.
I think we've got to be very careful with Cole Palmer, very careful. Because he's so good. He's like amazing, isn't he? I think people don't acknowledge quite how brilliant he's been.
Yeah.
It's unreal the season he had last year. He came to Chelsea, was plucked off City's bench, came into a club, a big institution, but a club that was crumbling. The walls are falling in. And he puts in those performances and then he does what he does for England. He's unreal. Like, our sole objective has to be just keep this bloke happy. Like, it is a worry because I just think that Cole Palmer is going to be looking around thinking that he has so outgrown us. He's spent the summer training with Bellingham, training with Kane, training with Saka, training with Foden. He's going to be coming back to Chelsea thinking, what on earth is going on?
I think he ends up at Man United one day.
Man United fan, isn't he?
He's a Man United fan, yeah.
He ends up at United. Anyway, let's get stuck into these players. Robert Sanchez, keep or sell?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like, I don't particularly care. I don't think this is going to be a problem because I don't think I've ever felt more detached from a squad of Chelsea players than I do this one. But I don't think he's good enough, no. But I also concede that we need a goalkeeper. So maybe we have to keep him because we need a goalkeeper. But is he better than Petrovic? Like, when we signed him, I thought it was a weird signing. He wasn't getting in the Brighton team. And his overriding memory of playing for Chelsea last year, the one thing that I think of with regard to Robert Sanchez, do you remember him like breaking all sorts of sprint records? I think Brentford scored a goal against us. He's in the wrong box and he's like running,
and he's rapid.
Running back. He's rapid, man. But no, I don't care. He can go.
Would you keep him if you were Chelsea?
I'd keep him at Chelsea, yeah. I think maybe you could get better. but it's not the time to look for that.
Petrovic better than him?
Yeah, I think you keep Sanchez.
Keep him. If he wants to
And
stay,
you
he can
keep-
stay.
you keep
If he wants to go, he can
You
go.
keep Petrovic as well. So
Yeah, keep Petrovic.
You've got to get rid of one keeper on your books. I know who that's going to be.
Kepa Arrizabalaga
He's
is
got
still
to go.
there,
He's
isn't
still
he?
there, isn't he?
Kepa
Yeah.
Arrizabalaga is still there. He can certainly go.
probably get some money for him as well.
Do you know, I think you could argue that Kepa Arrizabalaga is the worst ever Premier League signing. You might not be right. I mean, people like to talk about Paul Pogba. People like to talk about Romelu Lukaku twice, Chelsea and Manchester United. There are lots of suggestions here. Anthony would be another one at Man United. But I think
Down to
pound for
Anthony.
pound, you could easily say that Kepa Arrizabalaga is the worst ever signing. We put him on a mega contract. He'd had one good season in La Liga. We spent a fortune on him, an absolute fortune. The keeper that he came in to replace went on to be the best goalkeeper in the world, who we sold for about 30 million quid to Real Madrid. And it's basically been a disaster from the get. Like, he's been terrible.
He has been.
And then he had that moment with Maurizio Sarri, you know, when he disrespected the office of Chelsea manager and wouldn't go off the pitch. So no, Kepa Arrizabalaga desperately needs to leave.
No, I agree.
Axel Disasi.
God, no, he's rubbish. He's rubbish.
I think we're going to see a video where all these Chelsea players are out.
He's
Yeah.
rubbish, man.
You could have a 3-man squad.
Like, do you know the sad thing? In a minute, I imagine you're going to say the words Trevor and Chalobah. And the sad thing will be, I think that we could lose somebody like Trevor Chalobah because we've signed Disasi and Benoit Badiashile. And Trevor Chalobah is undoubtedly better than both of them. I mean, Mark Gahey was once of Chelsea. He's clearly better than the both of them. Victor Mori, clearly better than the both of them. So it's a ludicrous situation that we're in. So I say get rid of Disasi because he's not good enough to play for Chelsea.
Do you agree with that statement?
No, I'd probably keep Disasi. He's a young player. You've only just brought him in last season.
But he's
Give him a
rubbish.
chance. I think you give him a chance.
Should they keep Mark Cucurella, John?
Oh, God. Have you boys heard the song that he keeps singing?
About
Have you heard
Harry
this
Kane?
Paella
Was
song?
it-
No, about Haaland.
Haaland, that's
He
it.
keeps singing this song since they've won the Euros, and it's like Cucurella eats paella, drinks Estrella, Haaland's scared of me or something, and he's singing it.
What, he sings his own...
He keeps singing that Haaland's terrified of him on stage, which one I
don't you
admire,
have
but
to
two,
sing
I
this
want
song
Haaland to run through him next season.
You have to, innit?
Yeah, I quite like it. The thing is, though, if you're going to
You
make
can't change the word to a fan song.
No, you know, if you're going to make an
I've seen
enemy...
it like a million times. It's all that he's singing. It's like
If you make an enemy of any Premier League centre forward, it probably shouldn't be Haaland.
No, but Rory, he's literally said that it's something like Haaland's trembling in fear of me. It's one of the lines. It's something like that, and it's
I
like,
rate it.
do we know how big this man is next
rate it.
season?
We used
Haaland?
to sing that Anderson shits on Fabregas. It was just fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it's because he megged him one.
Yeah, and he didn't. Yeah, he really didn't.
He megged him one.
Yeah, that was a song about him loving prostitutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
He's
Anderson
class with a
says,
brass.
He's class with a brass. And he
Shits off
shits on
Fabregas.
Fabregas. That was a good
Tune.
You've just... So Mark Cucurella, keep us up?
Yeah, keep. Off the back of the form that he displayed towards the end of last season for Chelsea and then for Spain in the Euros. Well, not only keep, I mean, I'll build a team around, particularly with Maresca.
He has
Agree,
looked good. I'd keep. Yeah, he has looked good.
After what Gary Neville said about him at the start of the tournament as well.
But it's weird, isn't it? Because Gary Neville was right. At the time, Gary Neville was right. Mark Cucurella looked terrible for Chelsea. He was constantly caught out of position, didn't look particularly good on the ball, and wasn't playing very well. Gary Neville made a decisive comment based upon the evidence that he'd seen up until that point that Mark Cucurella, fair play to him, proved Gary Neville wrong. But it doesn't... Like, I get this myself. It doesn't make you wrong at the time. It just means that the player has done something that you didn't expect.
Have you ever said anything about a player that maybe got you viral, that they ended up scoring some goals you said they wouldn't?
Nothing springs to mind.
Nothing springs to mind even. No.
Tosin Alderweireld, he's just signed.
John, what do you
Are
think?
Yeah, I
happy
could
with
give
that?
you the lowdown. Tosin's a good player.
Yeah.
He'll be good for you. I just hope he doesn't get lost in the mess of Chelsea. He's a great player for us. Ran his contract down, got a good move.
Do you think this means that Trevor Chalobah will go?
Has to, right? I'd take him at Fulham.
I think he's a brilliant
Give
player.
him, yeah, send him our way. But yeah, I think obviously Tosin stays, and I think Trevor Chalobah would probably look for more minutes. I feel like he's been disrespected.
Benoit
He was good for you.
Benoit?
Benoit Badiashile is a better player than Axel Disasi. So I suppose keep Benoit Badiashile.
Yeah, keep. I think keep.
Levi Colwill? Surely
Keep.
that's
Yeah,
Has to keep.
And also
that's
play.
Play him.
Yeah, it is a lot of centre halves, but yeah, I certainly keep Levi Colwill. My fear is though, Colwill has suggested a couple of times that he isn't altogether happy.
He could have gone Liverpool at some
Could have gone Liverpool. I think what happened last year as well, it was an error from Pochettino, but he kept playing him left back.
Yeah.
And he's a very good player, Colwill, but he's not a very good left back. So hopefully Colwill will get an opportunity to play for Chelsea in his rightful position. He'll go on to be the player that we think he can be. Because if he does, I feel like Levi Colwill, Mark Gahey could be the centre-half partnership for England in America, which actually should be the centre-half partnership for Chelsea.
Trevor Chalobah, you kind of alluded to him already.
Keep, but he will go.
But I think he'll go. You can't
Because of that PSR stuff in it as well.
Yeah, and it's yeah.
But keep.
Ben Chilwell?
Ben Chilwell, he struggled, hasn't he, recently? He struggled. And then if you're going to have Cucurella, I mean, you need 2 left backs, so I'd probably keep him.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't lose any sleep if he were to go, but I also probably concede that we need to keep him.
Yeah, I think you need to keep him.
Reece James? Obvious one, isn't it? Keep.
Yeah, it's an obvious one. Keep if he can keep fit. Like, it's getting to the stage, Adam, where if he's played 13 games, you've done really well. You know, like, he just can't keep fit.
Do you think it's...
Ben Chilwell's the same.
I feel like he's just too big. He's always in the gym. I always see videos of Reece James in the gym, and he's obviously massive set, big guy, but you're like...
No, do you know what, John?
Work.
I saw a clip, and I know that I'm probably reading far too much into just a little, viral TikTok. But it was him trying to do, the fairly standard stretch, fairly standard, like almost yoga pose. If you were to put this leg over there, you're sitting down, you put that over there and you twist. He literally couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But he kind of found it funny. Like the whole team are all in that pose, and he just couldn't get into it, but kind of laughing. Like, you have to be a little bit supple. You have to be a little bit malleable. So I do hope that he stops lifting weights and starts Pilates.
Keep if he can get more flexible.
Yeah.
Keep if he can do the lotus.
Malo Gusto, I'm assuming keep.
Keep, man. Keep.
Yeah,
very good player.
You kept saying he's better than Delo, which I don't agree with.
He's way better than Delo. Delo's so crap.
No,
mate, Malo Gusto's a better player than Delo by far, by a considerable distance.
John?
Yeah, keep.
Who's better?
No, who's better?
Dallo.
Yes, John.
Yeah, Dallo's better.
Comments are going to eat you alive for.
No, he is. Dallo. I'd have Dallo.
Malo Gusto's a better player than Diego Dallo, 100%.
I think Dallo's disrespected. Good
I
player.
think you're
Good player in a
disrespecting
bad
Dallo
team.
now by suggesting that Dallo is disrespected.
Wesley Fofana? Who's waiting?
Wesley
Centre-back's creeped up.
Yeah,
Wesley
this is it.
Fofana, the fitness is a major issue. But if he can get fit, I think he's a starter for Chelsea. Like, I'd like him to be starting games. It's just the fitness issue.
How many centre-backs are you going to start?
Well, we know that Chalobah will go.
Yeah.
So presumably...
I don't think you should get rid of him. But how much did you spend on him? 80 million. But he's just constantly injured, and you just got to think at a certain... I mean, this is a big season for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it between now and Christmas, you're thinking, what's the point in this?
Yeah.
From Chelsea.
Yeah, I think
It's also kicked off with him and Enzo, hasn't it, as well? Which
Big
probably
time.
didn't end well.
Half the squad, yeah.
Alfie Gilchrist, just a quick one on it.
Loan.
Loan.
Yeah,
It's not
keep,
an option,
for sure.
but all right.
Keep. But
Yeah.
Malang Sarr,
Go! No, mate, he's not a good player.
leave.
Leave.
Get out.
Yeah, exactly. Jojo wrote a song about him before he
Thought
was
he was
born.
still there.
Yeah, no, he's all over the place.
Yeah, I forgot he was still there. Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, no, Malang Sarr needs to go.
Enzo Fernandez.
Go. Go for so many reasons. Just go.
I don't want to go into the ins and outs of it. I don't even know exactly what he was singing, but does that play any part in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It plays a significant part. I don't rate Enzo Fernandez particularly highly anyway.
You never have, yeah.
No, I don't rate him particularly highly at all. I mean, there's a video on my YouTube channel probably 6 months ago where I said we're a better team without him in it. I never really got it with Enzo Fernandez. I never really got the hype. I didn't really think he was suited to Premier League football. I think he's quite a limited midfielder. But now I hate him, and I think he needs to leave.
Yeah.
I love it, Rory hates someone.
I do as well.
Yeah. Now I hate
For good reason. Yeah, no, he's got to go.
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Keep. Good player, mate.
Is he? Yeah.
Good player. Yeah.
I know he's just been signed, but Dewsbury Hall thoughts?
Bit uninspiring.
Not keep us out, just thoughts.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, my thoughts are more complex.
Why is he signed?
Yeah, it isn't. It's like I just don't know what this means. It's not that I don't rate Dewsbury Hall. I do rate him. I think he's quite good. I just don't know what it means for the abundance of centre midfielders that we already have. Like, what does it mean for Romeo Lavia? What does it mean for Leslie Ugochukwu? What does it mean for basically Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher? Like, what does it mean for so many players that we already have at the club that we've gone and signed Dewsbury Hall? It's not I don't like Dewsbury Hall. I just don't quite understand the point of it.
Yeah.
You mentioned Leslie Ugochukwu there. Just briefly, keep us up.
Keep, I think.
Conor Gallagher.
I think keep, but Conor Gallagher will leave, I believe.
Yeah.
Should they keep? Do you, as a Fulham fan, you see them selling players like that? Do you think, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. I think he's obviously homegrown, and that's the reason they have to get rid of him. But yeah, I think it's obviously you don't like. We all know the situation, but you shouldn't be getting rid of him, but you will.
I think he's a very limited player, but what he's good at, he excels at. Conor Gallagher wouldn't have got anywhere near any Chelsea midfield over the past 20 years. But that's kind of irrelevant for now, isn't it? Like, I truly believe that the best midfield partnership that we had last year, the only time that Chelsea looked any good was towards the end of last season when Enzo Fernandez got injured and the midfield became Caicedo and Conor Gallagher. They played really well together. There was some excellent link-up play. So I would like to see that midfield deployed at the beginning of next season. But I think that's a pipe dream.
Yeah, I think he'll go.
Moises Caicedo.
Oh, 100%. Do you know there's been a rewriting of the history with regard to Caicedo? He didn't start particularly well. I think he got sent off on his debut, didn't he? And people loved it. But it's just not true. Like, you know, sometimes the myth becomes more powerful than the truth. Chelsea wasted a load of money. What a flop Moises Caicedo is. Like, you know when people say that, just end the conversation.
I don't think he was worth the money, but that doesn't mean he wasn't good for Chelsea.
He was probably Chelsea's best midfielder last year.
I agree.
Like, he's probably Chelsea's best midfielder.
Scored from the halfway line.
Scored from the halfway. Like whether he's worth the 100-odd million quid is a different thing, and I would probably have to concede that he isn't, because nobody really is unless you are Lionel Messi 2012. But he was Chelsea's best midfielder. And yet people like to say that he was a major flop and whatever else.
Briefly, Cesar Casadei.
I think alone.
Okay. Romeo Lavia.
Like, if he can keep fit.
I forget you've got so many players.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, midfielders as well.
We've been going for 2 hours.
Midfielder.
Yeah, a long video. Yeah.
For 2 hours.
No, Romeo Lavia you keep and you hope to find fitness. Where he fits into the team, I really don't know.
Yeah, no, he's going to stay, but God, you've got so much deadwood. Yeah, it's crazy.
But clubs like Fulham could benefit from, like, you know, when they've got all these players stacked and you go, I'll take a Conor Gallagher or Romeo Lavia for cheap.
Well, because also we might have to, if it gets to the stage where Enzo Fernandez doesn't play for the club again, we're never going to recoup anywhere near the amount of money that we spent on him, which may mean that we have to offset the loss because he'll have to leave. So you sell him to a cut price. You have to offset that loss by potentially, I'm making this up, but by potentially selling Lavia to Fulham. Do you know what I mean? Like, ultimately Chelsea could end up in a £70 million deficit.
Deficit, yeah. I know there's a few players we've missed here, but some of them are just irrelevant and shouldn't be there.
It tells
anyway.
you the story, doesn't it?
Raheem Sterling.
I think Raheem Sterling, for the sake of everybody, should. I think he will stay, and I'd like him to stay, and I'd love him to find form. But I feel like everybody involved here, including Raheem himself, could do with a new challenge. Like, the player that Raheem Sterling is, he isn't really what we need. We need leaders, and I think Raheem Sterling is arguably one of the most gifted players in the squad. But he's not a leader. So I feel like perhaps he could benefit from a new challenge as well.
Can you see him leaving Chelsea?
I don't think he'll leave this season.
He's on so much money.
Yeah, he's on too much money. I think he'll stay.
Mikhailo Mudryk.
I think he's rubbish, man. I think he's so rubbish. Like when I say rubbish as well, I mean like genuinely rubbish. Like I don't think I've seen him have a good game.
No.
Like I really don't think I've seen him have a good game. People say I've had a few moments, goal against Newcastle, whatever else. But I just think he's so slap bang in the middle of mediocre. And I would be happy for him to leave.
We got loads of names here. So Noni Mudweki.
Keep, good player.
Stay, yeah.
Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, good enough player. Not a good enough goal scorer, but good player.
Yeah, he's not good enough to lead the line, but you'd keep him around the squad, I think.
Christopher Nkunku. I remember this time last year you being really excited by him.
Yeah, he was amazing. We played Wrexham, man. We played Wrexham, and I'm not joking. I got so... Do you know what I was saying about the dream? The period of time where you can dream?
Yeah.
I did it last year because I wasn't so withered by this ownership. But this time last year, we played Wrexham in America and we scored this goal. It was Nkunku linking up with Jackson. And I was just like, that's Hasselbank Johnson all over again. like the league is fucked, man, because Nkunku and Jackson are on it.
Yeah.
Sadly, some of the teams in the Premier League are better than Wrexham in a pre-season, and it didn't really materialise.
Yeah.
Armando Broja.
No, he's no good. Not
He
good.
weren't even good enough for Fulham.
No, he's not good enough to
He
play.
didn't get a minute for us.
No,
He
you
loaned
need
us.
to sell him and like make some money. What do you get for him?
You've just said that now. You'll end up buying him.
Yeah. No, we won't. We won't. We ended up, if we didn't play him for a certain amount of games, I don't know what it was, like 12 games, we had to pay you 5 million.
And did you end up just
We
not
didn't play
playing?
him. We gave you 5 million.
Yeah.
We gave you 5 and we had nothing to play for. We were safe. It didn't matter. We were between
let us sit on the
14th or
bench.
12th
Yeah.
and we went 5 mil to Chelsea. He ain't playing.
No.
He was useless. He can't play. He can't play for
He
Chelsea.
can do a job for someone though. He's not a completely ineffective player. I don't think he's good enough for Fulham. He's certainly not good enough for Chelsea. He's probably not good enough for a Premier League outfit, although maybe someone playing in a very particular system.
Bit of bad injury.
In a very particular system. But do you know what he is, which is a credit? He's a nuisance, man. You know, if he's played, do you remember when he was scoring those goals for Fulham, first half of that season? Not Fulham, sorry, Southampton.
Yeah.
If he can,
Long time ago.
it was a long time ago, but if he can find that kind of outfit, I think there's a good player there.
I feel for him. He
Just
had,
needs to find the
he had a
right
bad injury. He is a good player. But yeah, not for Chelsea.
We got 2 left. If anyone says we've missed out some random player, please shut up. So many players. here.
Bergstrom.
I
Someone
think
will be banging on
Pochettino's
it.
like that.
What about Bergstrom, the keeper?
I was strolling down this list and I was like, wait, I forgot. Oh, you reckon Poch does that? He walked through the thing and goes,
No, but he admitted it. Pochettino admitted it
Who's he?
Pochettino admitted it last year.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
was that? He admitted that he completely forgot about a centre half who played for him in pre-season.
yeah, I remember that.
Do you
I can't
remember?
remember
Who
the name.
was it?
Yeah.
It might have been Malang Sarr.
Yeah, I think
it was Malang Sarr, yeah.
Cole Palmer, obvious.
I mean, he's the best player in the league.
And somehow you've still got Romelu Lukaku.
Well, I've seen he's linked to Napoli.
Mate,
Antonio Conte.
surely there's some sort
going-
of
he's going
money
to
going
Napoli.
on with him in Italy. Every team.
Yeah, every team has him. Well,
don't-
Osman's out the door, allegedly, and then Lukaku's... I mean, he's got...
Antonio Conte loves Lukaku. They've got a good relationship. But Lukaku is probably the worst ever Premier League signing, not for Man United, for Chelsea.
We've got one in every position for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Worst ever signing.
Yeah. But it all comes down. Do you know what the overriding sentiment of this video is? It's not actually about any player that we discuss. It's not about how good McKola Mudryk is. It's about how poor the ownership are. The whole video is about how poor the ownership are.
Defo. So that's who Rory thinks should leave. Basically, all of them. It's just Cole Palmer in the dressing room.
That's all you need, though. When you've got Cole Palmer,
You know the
what
Will
do you
Smith
need?
meme where he's on his own in the living room? That's Cole Palmer. Just knocking about.
Pablo Escobar just sitting on that swing.